Okay guys, here's my top put together. And that 13-inch and 17-inch borders are a tight fit. If you're not precise, it's not going to fit. So if you want to add a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 an inch, you can always trim it off just to be sure. But I'm satisfied with my points. One of them is just a little bit not quite right, but the rest of them are perfect, so I'm gonna call it good. Now I've started with my letters, and I'm gonna walk over here and show you. I've decided on Jolly, and I have cut me out a plastic templates of my letters. And then up here I have my Pellon, and I have my white snowflake fabric, wrong side up, and the Pellon rough side down. And I press that. And then, I did it for 15 seconds. And then I put my letters on backwards. And as you cut it out, next we're going to peel off the paper and cut out the letters. And my zero, or the letter O, I didn't cut out the center on my template, and I'll just cut it out on the fabric itself. And that's how you do the lettering. And then when I get them pressed on, I will show you how it turns out. I just realized I probably said the wrong thing. You have to cut the letters out before you peel the paper off. Okay? And now I've done that. I've cut my letters off and turned it to the right. There's my right side, as you can see. And I will peel the paper off. But I'm going to position all of my lettering and make sure I like it just right before I take the paper off and press it on. I have laid out my letters, and I have outlined them with my friction pen, because once I pick them up and take the paper off, then I might not get them lined up exactly. So do that. Mark your letters, because it's going to press off, and see if you like the arrangement. And I do. I think it's a little wonky, and is there such a word? And that's the way I want it. I tried even turning the last L in the different direction, but I like this. So now I will peel my paper off and press each one and put it back where I have it marked. And that way you get it exactly the way you wanted it. Okay guys, here are my letters pressed on with the Pellon, and I have blanket stitched. Now I have done blanket stitch before, and I'm going to try to put a link to one of the mug rug videos that I did that shows you how to do the blanket stitch. If I don't get it put up, go to the cutest mug rug you've ever seen video, and I show you how to do this blanket stitch. It's a lot of fun and highlights it so. You didn't think this was going to be as cute as it is, did you? But you could put snowflakes, if you could find one to monogram on, to cut out your fabric. The possibilities are endless, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead. This is what I consider my quilting, and it will hold my fabric, my batting. it's not going to go anywhere. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a diagonal, on my triangles, I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch right here just on the white. And then that will really secure the batting down. I'm not going to worry about doing anything inside here, just right here. And my pillow, it measures 16.5. Now, I think the directions say it will measure 17, but mine doesn't. It's 16.5. And you use a 16-inch foam pillow. And, of course, you can buy those at Joann's or Walmart, wherever. And the backing is called an envelope backing. The simplest way to do the back of a pillow. So hold on just a second. I'm gonna go walk around. This is my 2 pieces for my backing. It's 12 inches by 16.5. And I have 2 of them. And I'm going to turn over each one. And first, let's lay it out so you can see what we're doing. Right sides together. This fabric is so hard to tell. Right sides together. Line up your sides. Just like that. Put the other one on. Line this up. And there you have your fabric. Now, I haven't looked up my instructions because I haven't made one of these in a while, but I believe it's a 2-inch. You fold this back 2 inches and eyeball it and see if that's enough overlap, because what you're doing is you're going to be pulling back to stuff your pillow in, so you want lots of room. It doesn't matter if you go right over left or left over right. It doesn't matter at all. Get you 2 inches. And see if that's enough overlap. I think I'm just going to go 1 inch. And I'm going to press this real good, and then I'm going to turn under 1/4 of an inch and make me a hem. Okay? Turn this under 1/4 of an inch. Of course, take the whole thing off when you do that, but to have it on here, I just wanted to make sure that it crosses over each piece good. Now, I have seen some instructions say to cut your piece 16 inches each piece across, and that gives you a real wide one. But they told us to cut this 12 inches for this, so that's what I'm doing. And you want, after you've hemmed this piece and the other piece underneath, you want to go to the machine and sew back and forth a couple of times, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch. I do an 1/8 of an inch just so it doesn't show, but be sure. Now, it depends if you're going to use a 1/4 inch seam all the way around or a 1/2 inch. My pillow form is 16 inches, and this is 16 and a half. So I have some leeway, but I'm going to try to do a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going to go across here at the ends 1/8 of an inch from this one to this one, and go over it twice. And that's just to secure it, because you're really pulling this back and stuffing that pillow in there, and you're pulling on these seams all the time. And then we just go around with our good 1/4 inch seam all the way around the whole thing. Turn it right sides out, and it's done. And put your pillow in. So this, I'm going to stop the camera and go ahead, and you don't need to see me hem each piece. But after you've pressed it, you can pin it or mark your 1/4 inch if you want to be sure that it's marked correctly, however you want to do it. And get these two sides done. Then go here and reinforce your seams 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch twice. And then 1/4 inch all the way around. So we'll come back and see what we have. Okay, this is my pillow back, and I've measured, and it's 16 and a half. And this is how much it overlaps. Now, before I put it on my pillow top, I'm going to go ahead and sew 1/8 of an inch here and 1/8 of an inch here. Then I'm going to put it on the pillow top and do another 1/8 of an inch over it. But I wanted to show you, I decided I turned this 1 1/4 inches so that when I folded this under 1/4, I would have 1 inch hem. I did that on both sides. And I know this is very sheer fabric, but for the back of a pillow, it'll be okay. Alrighty, be back. Well, here's my pillow, and I'm fixing to turn it right sides out, and here's my pillow form. And let's see what we have. We'll probably have to do our corners, poke them a little bit. Voila. Of course, if you want to do a little pressing, but it's not necessary. Now, getting this pillow in is a little bit of a challenge. And what I do is poke 1/2 in, try to get your corners up as far as they'll go, and most of them don't have any stuffing up into the corners. That's just the way they're made. Okay, I've got that part done, and then I turn it around and pull this. This is what's harder. That's why you want to secure these sides really, really good. Get your corner up in there, if at all possible. And straighten everything up as much as possible. Voila. Cute, 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 cute. Isn't that the cutest thing? And see, I did go ahead and use red as I went on the stitching, my 4th inch. And I had to mark my 4th inch. I'm not that good of a judge at, you know, getting them straight. So I marked them with my friction pen and then I stitched it. And remember, use your imagination. Just go for it. You can put a ribbon on here. You can put bells on it. You can do whatever you want with it. You just use your imagination. But I love it, and I think it turned out just really good. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you would do me a favor, like and subscribe. That little button down there, I sure would appreciate it. Thank you so much, and God bless. Have a wonderful day.